I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down.
All right, good evening. Welcome to the Channel 4 News at 8. I'm your anchor, Nick O'Teen. Today's top story, a recent study revealed that you should get at least 8 hours of beauty sleep. 9 hours if you're ugly. Welcome to episode 148, Trashers. My name is Jim. I'm a very grateful alcoholic. Welcome to our recovery centers. We have New Hope, the Willows Treatment Center, Liftoff Recovery, Supreme. Well, I didn't write the last part. Supreme who?
Wellness.
Wellness. Thank you. I was writing Stanwick Sober Living and Destination Recovery. Now to a man who had a fear of hurdles but got over it, Timmy Snyder.
Welcome everybody to episode 148 of Talking Up the Trash. Welcome to our recovery centers tonight. We love that. We love that part of it. Welcome. You're a couple days sober, and it's a privilege to have you with us tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking about signs, relapse signs. Knowing these signs, being aware of them, and taking action before these things creep up and get us. So tonight is navigating early recovery, looking at our signs, and we're going to go around and meet the team. We'll get the preamble back on Sunday. Let's see here.
Who's first?
How about Willie Douglas?
There's a winner.
Will Douglas. What a dude this guy is.
Oh, look at him.
That's me.
All right, Will Douglas. He is 43 years old. A resident of Georgia. He's a Georgia boy. Willie is William Thaddeus Douglas III, Esquire. He's a gem. He's gay. We learned that last episode.
We just learned that.
Will,
are you? I think you might have found out sooner.
Will is a tweaker, Georgia boy. Now he's building a life he's proud of. We're blessed to have him with us. He's a good dude. Will, what's going on with you?
Nothing much. Just hanging out. Work's been slow, so just doing stuff around the place. And
very good.
Yeah.
The King of the Hill thing, I'll tie in later. I have a theory that you're Boomhauer from King of the Hill, but we'll come back to that. All right. Next on deck, this guy. I produce the show. I love recovery. I'm a little rough around the edges, but I'm of an acquired taste, and I mean well. I never thought we'd be doing this, and we're proud of it, and it's an important thing. We're in recovery centers. We're doing our thing, and we're going to talk about early recovery, which is such an important time because I know for me, early recovery was a merry-go-round of making the same mistakes over and over. So that's me. We have a Canadian guy in the mix here. He's cool. His name is Jimmy Leibel.
That's me.
Hi, Jim Leibel. Jimmy's 60-something. He's very involved in AA. He sponsors many. He has a sponsor. His positivity is contagious.
A lot of things I have are. Just get a shot for him.
Yeah, Jimmy's Pepsi's almost there.
As of this morning, I am rash free.
Our boy conducts himself like Jimmy's retired. Or Jimmy's he's not retired. He works. He's trying.
I wanted. I tried, but I don't want to. I love it.
Good for you.
I just love it. I love it.
Jimmy. How are we doing up there in Canada? What's going on?
The snow has melted, thank God. But it's just yeah. Well, hey, it's Saskatchewan, man.
All right. Jimmy, our topic tonight. Signs of relapse. Did it take you a while to start recognizing your signs and taking action.
I was fortunate enough that I had some great counselors, and I printed off all the stuff that I left
Of course
with.
you did.
Yes, of course I did. And you know what? And I look at it, but it's so basic. But when you're coming into early recovery, and when you're that catch and release, when you're let go into the big old bad world, it's like little things like a Friday night or after work, or you got some money in your hand, or you're hanging out with friends that you used to use, or you drive by a bar or a club. It's like all these little triggers. Like, and I was like, what? My daughter used to work at a liquor board. And I used to go there all the time, and I'd help her stock the shelves without vodka. And I'm like, I know exactly what the hell this will do to me. And now she works at a weed shop, so whatever. Addiction runs in the family.
To each their own. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to try and figure this thing out, because I know for me, if I was aware of my signs, I would have been able to take action and not repeat these mistakes. But let's do some daily reflections to get ourselves started.
You want to do some refracting already? All right, kids, sit down in those seats and just those chairs. All right, for October the 15th, daily refraction is my checklist, not yours.
Yeah.
Gossip barred with anger, a polite form of murder by character, assassination. It has its satisfaction for us, too. But we are not trying to help those we criticize. We are trying to proclaim our own righteousness. And that's from the old 12 and 12, page 67. Sometimes I don't realize that I gossiped about someone until the end of the day. When I take an inventory of the day's activities, and then my gossiping appears like a blemish in my beautiful day. How could I have said something like that? Gossip shows its ugly head during a coffee break or a lunch with a business associate. I may gossip during the evening when I'm tired from the day's activities and feel justified in bolstering my ego at the expense of someone else. Character defects like gossip sneak into my life when I'm not making a constant effort to work the 12 steps of recovery. I need to remind myself that my uniqueness is the blessing of my being. And that applies equally to everyone who crosses my path in life's journey. Today, the only inventory I need to take is my own. I'll leave judgment of others to the final judge, divine providence. And that's from the old daily reflection, kid. That's a deep one.
Yeah, it's, what do you think, Jimmy? I mean, what does this mean to you?
Oh, prime example is at work today. Limited staff. Everybody was in the other office in Saskatoon. And the one girl at the front, she goes, well, do you find that so-and-so, like, does she get on your nerves? And I'm like, I'm not biting. I am not interacting in your office bullshit. And I just said, you know what? I get along with her well. I said, oh, look, I have a Zoom call to do or whatever.
Yeah, hey, look at me.
It's just like, yeah, look, there's Tim Burton. Like, move on. I just don't want to participate in that. It's like Tim Burton Moving. It's a local moving company here. Anyway, but when you gossip about somebody and you're thinking, oh yeah, like you're getting that one-upmanship, all you're doing is looking like an a-hole. You know?
I've been guilty trying to be funny.
And when you use somebody to gain like that one-upmanship, that oh look at me, I'm better than them. Well, you know what? Forget it. It's not about ego. You got to keep your ego in check, and don't let your ego be your amigo. And like they always say, ego is edging God out. Yeah. And that's what I say.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's a great way to look at it. Will, what about you? Will doesn't talk shit about anybody. Will, what about when some jackass is talking shit to you about someone you like? How do you respond to that? Do you dip out? Do you what do you do?
Depends. I mean, like if the shit's true, then I mean I'll probably agree. Mm-hmm. But I mean I try to keep it 100, but I mean like prior, I mean like it's funny because you'll see it change, like when you actually or even when you're just talking, and I mean it's gossip, even if it's not like what you think gossip is. If you're talking about somebody else, without them being there,
right?
And then I don't know. I mean, I'll be caught up in it sometimes still, but not near as bad.
Like there was one time on this show where the show was over and I left the studio, and then I came back in, and two people didn't know I was sitting there, and they were talking shit on me. Had no idea I was there. So like, what would you do if that person was standing in front of you, if they just popped up out of nowhere and you're talking shit on them. Now, us, the three of us, we're not assholes. We don't talk shit about each other too much. But, in recovery, people get bored, I know in my early recovery, sober houses, gossip was it. It's what was going on. Because we're not getting high anymore. So who's doing what? Who's doing this? Who's doing that?
Yeah, who's doing who, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That was me for a while. And, we have to... we have to be aware.
Yeah,
You never know who's standing in the other room. You know what I mean? It's fun to talk shit about people who are, you know what I mean? Like, it's fine as long as you're not hurting anybody and you're having fun with your friends. It's going to happen. But you got to keep it 100. Are you being mean about it? Are you being funny about it? Are you hurting somebody's feelings? And if the person was in the other room, would you say those things? So I try to make sure that I conduct myself that way. I had a couple of times in my life where, like, I was doing an impersonation of one of the pastors up at the place in Maine, and I had the whole room pissing their pants. He was standing right there. I couldn't see him. Everybody else could. I'm standing up, like, making, I did a great John, but he was standing right there, and that really bothered me. I was like, well, sure, I love this guy. Now he thinks I hate him, and now he thinks I'm an asshole. So it's like, if you want to carry your recovery torch, you got to be careful what you say, because you will lose people. Trust me. I don't know, Jimmy, when you were in early recovery, early detox, sober living, did you see the gossip, the things that shouldn't be said?
Oh, it was 24/7. We were walking in the door. It's like the rules were just laid down, like right away. Like, you do this and you do that, and blah blah blah. And then as soon as you walked out of the room, like it was a small house, and there was 5 of us, and of course you could hear through these paper thin walls.
Mm-hmm.
And I just took it with a grain of salt. It's like, hey, this guy's in early recovery too, or you know what, he's a dick, right. And I just let it go, and I just didn't let it take. But before, I'd be like, just drop the gloves and just shirt the guy and just beat the living shit out. What
guy?
It's like, but what's that going to accomplish? And I even today, like, there's another instance I heard through the news. There was a very famous lawyer passed, and I've known this guy for years. And yeah, the guy's a dick. But he's dead. Like, he can't defend himself literally as a lawyer.
Right.
But like, what's it going to accomplish? Let the guy rest in peace. And just let people be people. Let them learn their own lessons, and just give them a chance. But when people prejudge and then throw like unfounded statements about you out there, like, you can walk into a room and people are like going, and you're like, what has been said about me? And they always say who you are, but when you're not with everybody, when you're yourself, that's your true being, who you true are. Yeah. And I just try to be the best I can. And I'm not far from perfect. I never will be. But you know what? I just kind of pause. Like, it's been one shitty, it's Wednesday. It's been a short week, busier than hell. And you know what? I just pause and just reflect and just take a deep breath and just carry on, rather than just throwing my hands up and, motherfucker, that guy's an asshole, blah, blah.
Yep.
If he is, fine. He's an asshole. Move on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, there was a time I was in charge when I was in some rehab 25 years ago when I was at the place. I was in charge. I was an overseer, they called it. And I found myself separated from people. I had my friends, whatever. I had all the newbies, all the grunts painting a room at the church. And they're all in there, and they have no idea that I'm standing at the top of the stairs. And they're just destroying me. And I'm sitting there laughing at it. I remember thinking, it's not me, it's because I'm in charge and people hate the guy in charge. That was my excuse, partially me. I was kind of a dick, but at the same time, you heard that stuff raw from people, and it didn't run me. It's just one of those. It hurt. It hurt, but later on, as I got older, I realized that they were just being people, and some of the things they said were accurate. So we're going to look at navigating early recovery tonight. It's a hard thing to do, and we all still are to some degree. But today we want to look for our signs. We exhibit signs when we start to relapse, whether we realize it or not. And in early recovery, we're going to start doing things. And you got to know your sign to avoid these relapses. And if you care, if you don't, I mean, these things are just going to happen. And you're just going to repeat the same behavior. If you care, you're going to want to identify your signs, and you're going to want to look for your signs. You need to know what they are. I mean, you got to learn your signs, learn what they are, and knowing your signs and having them in play as you live your life is very important. So Jimmy, our upcoming guests.
Okay, what do we got there? Here, Jimmy, you got, all I see is a sign. What we got? We got the Village Gadabra on the 19th. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I see the Village. She's returning guest. And then we got Moina on the 26th. That'd be a gooder. And what else we got there? We got Sam and Noella. Well, we'll have to do. Everybody better read their books. So.
Well, you guys need to read the books. So
yes, I haven't cracked the spine. Sorry, Noella.
But they'll be back.
I haven't. No, I'm flying to Calgary on Monday, so I'll read it on the plane.
All right, perfect.
For work.
Michelle and Sam are on an anniversary trip up in the northern peninsula of Michigan. I didn't even know there was a northern.
I was gonna say there's a peninsula up there.
I learned that when we had.
Are you sure it's an archipelago?
Yeah, maybe an archipelago. I don't know, but it's. I didn't expect it up there. So they're up there doing their thing. Good for them. Family thing. They're a success story, and we love having them as a part of the show. Jimmy.
Yeah, hey, if you want to be on the show, or if you want to just send me an email at jim@trash-podcast.com.
Yes.
So cards and letters, my email box is empty. It's getting lonely. Hey, how's that postseason going? Is there any Canadian teams in there? Oh, would you look at that?
The Blue Jays are
Would you look at that? Yeah, but
Canada
two
is representative. They're down 2-0 to Seattle, but it's a 7-game series. That'll go 7. I think both sides are going to go 7. You watch.
Bring back the Expos.
So here's here's how the Phillies season ended. Very sad.
The strike. Hess breaks his back. Kirk Green gotta find it. Throws to the plate. Oh my goodness! He throws it away. And the Dodgers.
That's the ball game. Kirkering. I don't know. He got nervous. He got scared. He didn't throw it to first, which he should have been able to. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yep.
Wow.
Early golf season.
So there's there it is. Yep.
Lapping all the way to the bank. Oh well.
All the way to the bank. Yeah, he makes like $14 million a year. So
yeah, like tough life. Oh.
So the Dodgers moved on. This was last week. Philly was like mourning this ending here. This poor guy. I do feel bad for him. He just. Like that's me. That's my whole life right there.
Well, he threw with his left. Was that his right or left?
Yeah, well, he got flustered and he threw it to home instead of first. You'll see here it bounces right there. That's it. Ball game. All right. Well,
could have threw it underhand.
He did. So anyway, that's what the postseason looked like. Not that anybody really cares. It's just
boys of summer.
Seattle and the Blue Jays, the Dodgers, and the Milwaukee
Brewers.
Nah, it's triggering, Jim. That triggers.
Oh, give me a break.
Let's call them the Milwaukee O'Douls.
The O'Douls?
I think that's better.
Give me a break.
Knowing your signs, that's important.
Yeah.
And trigger warnings. We don't like the word trigger. And I was thinking about why don't we like this? Because it means we are helpless. Something happens and we respond automatically. And we like to say, we don't like the word trigger. No, I don't like the word trigger, but it's a real thing. And it's out there. There's triggers. Triggers can be part of your signs, which is very important. So we're going to go through knowing our signs. We are a fun team here, the three of us. We try to take care of each other, look after each other. We got our host, Jimmy Leibel, has been an absolute gem. So I have a quick little tribute. We like to
really?
our host tired a little bit. This is a fun one. So here's a little Jimmy Leibel.
Okay.
Tribute, and then we'll get on with the show after. Okay.
In your neighborhood.
Good evening. Welcome to the Channel 4 News at 9. Good evening. Welcome to the Channel 4 News at 8. Good evening. Welcome to the Talkin Trash Channel 4 News at 9. I'm your anchor, alcoholic Jock Strap. Today's top story. A tour bus going to Graceland today had an accident. The word is no one was injured, but the passengers were all shook up. Thank you very much, Try to Veal. I'm here till Thursday. Good evening, Talkin Trash. Today's top story. A mummy covered in chocolate and nuts has been discovered in Egypt. Archaeologists believe that it may be the first Pharaoh Rocher.
Oh!
Welcome
I
to
didn't. Yeah.
episode 141 there, Truckers. Welcome
This
also
whole
to
thing,
today's top story. Researchers concluded today that 1 out of 7 dwarfs is dopey. A dog can bark up to 500 times a day. But that's just a rough estimate. He's trampolining sheep. Sources report everything was fine until the sheep hit the fan. Good evening, Talking Trashers. Good evening, Talking Trashers. And I'm your anchor, Rusty Bed Springs. Today's top story, buck naked. Now to a man who put the FU
ethics and person
In
run
what?
this podcast as an
Hold
effort
on.
service to
I want to know. In fun? That's
Yeah, the FU in fun.
Very
Okay.
good.
whose lives have been affected by addiction. We do not do it for profit or notoriety.
Good evening, Talking Trashers. Welcome to episode 124. Good evening.
Yep. Yeah, baby.
Well,
Is this over?
Well, welcome to the 9 o'clock news. I'm your anchor. Can you dig it? Today's top story. A man was arrested for breaking into his ex-wife's house after trying to steal a cookbook. The man has been charged with baking and entering. Good evening, Talking Treasures. NASA sends probe to Uranus. People everywhere giggle. Good evening, Talking Trashers. Welcome to episode 1. Good evening, Talking Trashers. Welcome to episode 113. I am Jim. I'm a very grateful alcoholic. We are going to have welcome to the 8 o'clock news. I'm your anchor. Gord bless America. Today's top story. I'll be back. Good evening, Talking Trashers. Welcome to episode 1. Good evening. Welcome to the 9 o'clock news. I'm your anchor, Carlos, because the tires are flat. Today's top story. 5 out of 4 people struggle with math. I'm your anchor, Curtis Interruptus. Today's top story. Chaos at the Atlanta Zoo when monkeys began throwing ads the way, I like it. Today's top story. Due to new tariffs, Vietnamese escorts will only love you medium time.
A little much.
Good evening.
Terrible start.
Today's top story. Talking Trash producer, Mr. Tim Snyder was swallowed whole by...
Jim, take it away.
Hey, good evening, Talking Trashers. Welcome to episode. Good evening, Talking Trashers. Welcome to episode 87, 95, 140. Sit down, buckle up, because we have an awesome episode. That is a rig.
Great. You messed up.
That's dyslexia. My real example.
I don't get it.
That's welcome to Canada, man.
So
Whatever.
the government, where do they get the heroin from? It's got to be fentanyl because that's
Well, it's heroin,
right.
fentanyl, cocaine, and methamphetamine.
Oh,
Without
my
being arrested, charged, or having their drugs seized.
God. Well, maybe we shouldn't be telling our audience this because they're gonna be like, never.
Everybody's booking a flight to Vancouver right
Never
now.
mind. Going to British Columbia. See you later. Good luck with your show.
No.
Fucking Canadians.
Are we going live now? There we go.
I messed up.
Good. Okay.
I messed it up.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, go.
That was one of the scariest movies. Hey, good evening. Welcome to the Channel 4 News at 9.
Yeah, am I the only one hearing?
Today's top story. A man was arrested for breaking into his ex-wife's house after trying to steal a cookbook. The man has been charged with baking and entering. Good evening, Talking Treasures.
There you have it.
Is it
It's
done yet?
It's over. 4-minute tribute to Jimmy Leibel.
That's 4 minutes I can never get back.
I love it. You can't. You can't.
That's a
at least
trigger
tell
and a
us.
half,
Gotcha.
man. I'm going to add that to my list of triggers.
Great segment. Jimmy Leibel. It's a miracle.
It's just a fucking
miracle.
miracle. It's just a fucking miracle. Thanks, Tim. But I always had a different shirt on for most of
You
it.
did. Yep.
Well, at least I had a shirt on. So that's a good
Well,
thing.
that's true.
Is that a trigger for you?
Yeah, it is. I got more nipples than a lactating dog after being pregnant. There you
Oh,
go.
he nailed it. He nailed it. I love it. I love it when Jimmy messes up talking. He doesn't. I don't like it. It's just fun to hear. That's our boy. A little tribute. We like to pump our tires of our host a little bit here.
Okay, let's get back on topic, shall we?
Back on topic 148, navigating early recovery. So it is a very important thing to know your signs, what your what things you do, what things you exhibit before you start this relapse process again. If you don't want to do it, I was thinking about this. Listen to this music. if we told any story with this music in the background, I feel like it would be very, very pensive, very exciting. So, knowing your signs, relapse and recovery, they kind of go hand in hand. Old ways of thinking, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. And then
we're doing a podcast. So what we do is we talk about the things that are on the screen. What do we do when our old ways of thinking? How do we identify it? First off, when like we don't have to relapse yet. The slip comes before the fall. We say that. So how do we identify it? And what do we do with those old ways of thinking? And it comes down to like you're in a dangerous area when you're rationalizing and you're justifying why you used, especially in early recovery, you're getting blamed for all this shit. You're getting blamed for stuff you didn't do, and you start rationalizing. Well, my wife was an asshole, and I had to be high to get through it. How is that a dangerous place to find yourself in?
Well, when you use justification for your next relapse, and I had guys at the recovery when I was at actually for treatment, and guys are like, "Well, what if your mom or parents got killed in an accident? Would that make you want to go back out and drink?" And it's like they're justifying, they're already pre-ordering it on the menu that okay, if this happens, I have a carte blanche to go do it because hey, it's. Life gets freaking lifey. And like, I'm looking at this list. It's called Identifying Treasures, Identifying Triggers. There's my rented lips again. And it's all these things like when you're at home alone and when you're home with friends and at a friend's house at parties. I love this next one. When I go on a date. No, before a date, during a date, before sexual activities, and then after sexual activities. I'm like, kind of kept it all in order. Yeah. And it's like all these things like, oh, that kind of like an identifying trigger. But there's going to be things that are just, and it might be something so minuscule of like, say, hearing a song of like when you used to go out and party or use or whatever. And it could be something as that, or watching an ad. And what really used to trigger me, and I'm not sure if you guys have them down there, they used to have ads for AA on TV. And I remember before I went for treatment, I used to just like, I'll change the channel. And it's like, oh, fuck. Because I knew I was heading for treatment. But it's like I just kept on trying to delay it. And now I'm kind of missing those ads because they were like, yeah.
You don't say, really? You went out there for a second.
There you go.
You said I was kind of missing those ads. What did you say after that?
Well, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So like knowing your sign, learning your signs, knowing your signs, and looking for your signs. 3 very important things. In early recovery. Will, is there like certain things Will does when Will's going to start this whole process again? Is there?
Oh, it starts first thing in the morning. Like whether if I don't
I'm
get,
sure it does.
It all depends on like how I wake up. Like if I get up and I'm like moving around, like I'm like doing what I'm supposed to do, like just getting my shit ready for the day. Or if I just like roll back over or go outside, smoke a cigarette, and go back lay down, I'm already knowing I'm on bullshit. I mean, like that's just right there. It starts off the day, and then therefore it's just like a snow, just the thought processes throughout the day,
Yeah.
So I do my best to try to it starts right when you wake up,
Yeah, a lot of, you always hear that make your bed as soon as you get out of it.
I just don't want to make it.
Yeah. I mean, I know most addicts I know, they don't even get under the covers. They don't have to make the bed in the morning, lazy assholes.
Yeah.
No, it's like it's routine, right? So like, can you catch yourself being lazy? You don't have to relapse, but you could be the bed's messy, messy area, messy mind, that whole thing. I know for me that's important. It's procedure, what I'm used to, going through the same motions. For me, I get up and make my bed every day. I don't do the right things all around, but like at least I start with that, and I guess that's the point of that. Next, so like when we start to justify and rationalize why we got high and why we use, that's a dangerous area to be in. Because you don't want to find yourself convincing yourself back into a relapse, because our thoughts got us there to begin with. So knowing your signs and seeing them, it can mean life and death. Real quick, let's see here. I was gonna try a joke, but I was probably gonna bomb. So let's just keep moving. Risk taking. You guys, You got the background music. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yes,
in
it
and
is.
out.
I've been turning it on and off.
Well,
It
I thought I was losing my mind.
sounds a
You
little
are.
different on the production.
I know I am. I'm at that
risk-
age. Well, I'm there
risk-
already. I passed that already.
So we
So how
got that
about
methylene blue.
right?
Mhm.
So how about risk taking? Do you ever find yourself like driving too fast? I mean, for me, even in sobriety, I would shoplift just to take a risk and get that dopamine rush. I don't do that anymore. But like I realize that like that's a sign that you're going down a path. How about you guys? Any risk taking behavior, anything like that? Sexual stuff? I know. I did
I'm
stuff
too
like
old for
that.
that shit. But yeah, just a damn mute. Turn the music down, dude.
Is it? It's not on.
Well, I can. That's all I can hear.
All right. How about now? Is it off?
Nope.
How about now?
Thank
Is it off?
you.
What the?
Okay, something else is back on, but it's okay now. It's tolerable. Oh,
Nothing's
risk
on.
taking. Well, I think we all always like. I'm not going skydiving tomorrow. That's the last thing I would want to do.
Yeah.
But when you're in early recovery, it's like, yeah, maybe I can just experiment, right?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot, and you got to think, okay, what are your goals when you achieve? What goals do you want to achieve in recovery?
Right.
Right, and you have to set those goals, and risk taking cannot be part of it.
Right.
And I remember the shenanigans when I was at my sobriety house. My next door neighbor, who did pass from fentanyl use, he went out and met some girl in the corner, and he packed up all these like those 5-gallon pails you get at what's it called, the depot place.
Home Depot.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
And he piled them all up, and he snuck this girl into his room, and I'm like, oh my god, talk about risk taking! Like, come on,
Wow.
buddy. Like,
That's dedication.
yeah, well, he died a couple days later.
Come on.
So,
All right. So
yeah.
I'll keep my mouth. So
Yeah.
like, how about we'll talk about something else with risk taking later on is boredom, and we're going to talk about the fear construct. How about isolation? I
Hey,
know
can you
this.
turn the music down on my side now?
Absolutely. Thank. All right. The music is off. I just turned it off. Do you hear it?
Thank you. It's
No.
good now.
Oh, beautiful.
Just
Working as
crickets. There we go.
as it's supposed to. Shocker. How about
Thank
this?
you.
A ghost? You hear that?
What was that?
It's
Did you
cricket.
hear a ghost? Just then?
No.
All right, whatever. How about isolation? I know with me, isolation is quick. Like the first thing I want to do is, or no, I just start doing it. I start isolating because I am starting to start that relapse thinking again. I start thinking I don't want to talk to other people. That's a very dangerous and very alarming warning sign. Because if you don't we only get through this recovery thing together, and we've proven that time and time again. So if you start isolating, you start isolating from recovery. You start isolating from the people in recovery, and you may not do it on purpose. Yeah, nah, I don't want to go tonight. No, I don't want to go to the AA meeting. No, I don't want to. Just little things. The slip before the fall. Isolating, guys? What are you?
Well, when you're left alone with your own thoughts, so it's like, oh, you're just setting yourself up for disaster, because all these things start coming back to you like this tidal wave of like all this shit you did.
Yeah.
And you just start beating yourself up. And you know what? We're not bad people. We just have a disease. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
do people who are diagnosed with cancer, do they beat themselves up? No, they get treatment. They listen to their doctor. So just talk to people. Like, do not. And it's so easy to fall into that isolation mode, because you get into that the pity party, like, oh, poor me, poor me. Well, then guess what? You say that enough, you can be pour me a drink. Right.
Yahtzee.
And bazinga, baby.
There it
But
is.
but when you're in early recovery, it's like, oh yeah, it would take away all this clutter in my mind, like all this noise.
Mhm.
And yeah, but you know what? Then the cymbals started. Then you hear the sirens, and then you hear the door slam on the jail cell, and like all this shit, or like the lid closing on your coffin, like all these things. Like, stop, reach out. You're never alone. And just like we always say, find your herd. You're gonna, and when you come into the program, you're gonna hear one day at a time, easy does it, and all these slogans on the wall, and you're gonna think, what a bunch of bullshit. It's not. It really isn't. It's so true. Yeah, it's 90 years old, the program of AA that I'm involved in. It's evolving, excuse me. But just get out there, take it slow. It's you don't have to go and be king recovery and dig me. Look at me. I got 3 days sober. I can tell everybody what to do. Blah, 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 blah. No, just, you know what? It's not the days. Make the days count. Don't count the days.
Yep. Well said. And it's like, all right, how about this, guys? When you look at this graphic I have up, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Driving in Europe.
All right, so
There you
Jimmy knows everything. We get it. Um,
Sorry, my wife was from England,
No,
dude.
he's just old.
so these are what English road signs look like.
Yes.
And you kind of look at them, and like, some are self-explanatory, but I don't know why we're not used to seeing their speed limit signs in circles. So like when I'm looking at this, I don't realize half the signs because they're not my signs I'm used to. I see these and like, all right, now I'm home. Now I know these signs. I know the speed limit signs and the stop signs and all that. These are U.S. America signs. So like I look at this, like this caught my eye. Now we're going down a rabbit hole. I looked at this and I see it. It's a sign, right? And it looks like a robot or something. I don't know. And then I see behind it variable speed limit. So I don't know what that means. So I look it up. I look at the sign. I'm reading the sign as myself right now today. I don't know what that means. Variable speed has words and a picture, and I have no idea what it actually means. Now here it is again. Now there's a 40 with a red circle around it. So now we're getting even more confusing. More information. I still don't know what it means. Average speed check. There's the robot again. More words that
It's
I don't know.
camera. It's not
I
a
get it.
robot. It's not.
I
It's not
get
a
it.
robot. It's not a robot. It's a camera.
All right, smarty pants.
Bellows.
And now I'm keeping score. Will's home and Jim is away. Finally, I can use my scoreboard. All right. So, question: What what does this sign mean?
You cannot exceed. The minimum is 30. So
The
you have to
minimum
drive.
is 30. That's your
Correct.
answer.
Yes.
Okay. The answer is speed camera nearby on a lit road with a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit where there are no speed limit repeater signs. Yeah, anybody
Yes.
know what that means? Anybody,
Yep.
Jim? Okay. So
It means
all right,
stop at the next pub.
all
Have a
right, so
drink.
you get a point.
There you go.
Jim's got one. Jim's on the
You
board.
stop at every freaking pub, baby.
I thought it meant like
No, I'm just kidding. That was the
old
old one.
timey photos, $30. I don't know. These are not my
Old
signs.
timey photos.
So I'm looking at these. I have no idea. So what's
$30 make you holla.
right? How about Will?
Halftime.
What's a blue 30 mean? No, I'm not talking about Percocet.
Hey,
What's
A blue 30.
a 30 with a blue 30? What's
Interstate
that mean?
30 or Highway
That
30.
that's what that means.
I don't know.
Interstate?
Okay, or interstate.
Highway,
It's
road.
another
It's a
speed.
road.
Another speed limit sign. I mean, these people, how are they not getting accidents every 5 seconds? Very
They
confusing.
do. Plus, they're on
Minimum,
this wrong side of the road.
exactly. And is it kilometers per hour? Is it miles per hour?
Yes, just like the rest of the world, they
Oh,
drive
God.
kilometers, just like the rest of us.
So anyway, the actual answer is minimum speed permitted in miles per hour, unless it is impractical or unsafe to comply. More words. Now I have a definition. Still don't know what it means. I'm going to give Will a point though anyway.
Come on.
Because,
Come on now.
I didn't put
Come
this
on, somebody.
scoreboard up. Not to put
Come on,
points up.
Eileen.
All right. How about the last question? What does this sign mean? It says variable speed limit ends, and it has a white circle with a black X through it.
Going downhill.
Okay,
Pedal,
going down.
balls to the walls.
Balls to the walls. All right. This means end of variable speed limit. The
Yeah.
national speed limit for the type of road and class of traffic now applies. I still, again, my point is, if you don't know your signs, they don't mean anything to you. And maybe you're looking at the signs, trying to figure out what they are, and you're crashing in front of things. Average speed check means length of road where two cameras are used to measure the average speed of a vehicle between 2 points. None of this makes sense. That's my point.
Yes.
This is us. This is what we do. Hi, Lynn. Lynn says evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello, Eileen. What's
But
up? I
noticing,
butt dialed her today, actually.
oh,
Ew.
very
Yes.
nice. How was that? Good.
It felt good.
Very nice. So, our signs. If we don't know what we're looking for, it's going to be very confusing. And if we're not even looking for them, it doesn't matter. So there are signs that we are going to repeat these patterns again. And so what's the most important thing is we have to identify what these signs are, or we can't do anything about them when they happen. So that brings me to I always like the stop sign, the halt. Jimmy, what's halt mean?
Well, it starts for H, hungry, and angry, and lonely, and tired. I was going to say so. Titty bark. Sorry, tired.
So are you one of these things?
Are you lonely?
If you're trying to stay sober and you find yourself frazzled by a situation, did you not sleep the night before? Are you hungry? Are you angry? Are you lonely? Are you tired? All these things. If if you stop and check yourself and take a look, am I one of these things? You're going down the right road because you're at least trying to identify what they are. Like boredom and loneliness is a big thing, and a lot of people think they're bored and lonely, and then they get friends and they're like, I don't like these people either. I'd rather be alone. So like, it's all a matter of perspective. But like, I don't know, boredom and loneliness. What do you guys think?
Well, it depends on what
Well,
you can consider. Go ahead, Will.
oh,
William,
for
take the
me, I
floor.
mean, like, I was thinking about this earlier. So like when you first get to rehab, like you hear trigger, 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 they kind of like pound that in, but
Yeah.
also isolation. So therefore, I had to like, I mean, for the longest time, I'm like, people from the that don't know me would think I was isolating, but for me, it's not. I mean, like, I consider isolation like stuck in your like staying in your room or whatever. Like when I'm out where I'm out, but I'm out in the middle of nowhere. There's no one around, but I'm
Right.
outside doing stuff. Like I'm being productive. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
And that was the healthiest thing for me because whenever I'm around, even like when I was in town staying, like at my mom's, whatever, I people would have access to not they'd be like really close by, so it'd be
Mm-hmm.
nothing for them to just stop by, and that's when it all starts going downhill.
Yeah. Sure.
Hmm.
Sure. So isolating for you is almost like a defense mechanism. You stay away from those people,
Yeah.
and that's okay. Isolation, it's we get sober. We don't know what we want. We don't know if we're lonely. We don't know if we want to be left alone. We don't know if we need. It's okay to have you time. But if things start going squirrely, things start feeling like they're going sideways. You have a bad feeling about whatever's happening. You think, oh shit, I've seen this before. If you can identify these things before they happen, they can even happen. You can have these things happen and have them not lead to a relapse if you're aware of them. Because sometimes you're going to get triggered. Like I don't know, like alcoholics get triggered by beer commercials and things like that. Me, I don't. I do get triggered. I don't know what off the top of my head, but like, I know for me in my life, I have to check myself. Things start going bad. Like I have defense mechanisms now. I know when to absolutely shut up and pull out and shut down. But you can do things that have lasting impact. You'll be sorry immediately, but what's done is done, and you've caused this situation in life. And boredom and loneliness. I mean, in a sober house, sometimes like some of these people are like it's a soap opera. Like they live off it, and I remember seeing that a few times and not identifying with that, being like, you're just talking shit. But like you know, early recovery, you got to be careful because you don't know what your signs are. You don't know what to look for. You're gonna head down those roads. Think GPS. Think of the GPS keeps telling you to go straight, but my mom sees a sign and pulls off like she always does. She's like squirrel. She's like she sees the name of the town we're going to, and she'll just leave the GPS, and I'm gonna turn around with it. So anyway, you don't follow that GPS. You go down that road that you've gone down before. So it's okay to start going down that road, but don't go off the end of it. So we got to identify what's happening. What are these things that cause us to even start to have the negative thinking come back? Is it stress and anxiety? I know that's a big one. Will, you seem to deal with stress better than anybody I know.
Hmm.
How do you do it?
I don't know. I mean, my thing with stress, it all depends on the situation of the stress. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
majority of the things you stress out about, or actually, if you can't control it, then why are you gonna like stress out about it? You know what I'm saying? And that's in my mind. Like, if I can control it, then I can change it so that I'm not stressing out about it. But if I can't control it, then there's no point in what's gonna happen is what's gonna happen, and you might as well be have a smile. I mean, like, you'd be surprised, even like if shitty stuff happens to you, but you're in a good attitude and good, like, just person, like how that will play a bit in whatever is like, negative, whatever, or
Yeah.
stressful. Like,
Attitude
and
is
I mean,
attitude is
especially,
everything.
especially like in like when I've been to court, that's gone a long way.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different thing. The
Hmm.
court stuff is terrifying. It's I know people that have relapsed because of the stress of drug court
Mhm.
or whatever. They succumb to the stress of that. So knowing your signs, knowing that you react this way to this,
But you
is
do change over time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely,
Hmm.
because
yeah.
like
Oh,
my
definitely.
trigger, like I never had, like I wouldn't call them triggers. Like when I first got clean, I was like, they're just that those are just opportunities in my mind. But like now that now that I have time, Now that like random things would trigger me like so much more impact than it would have been when I first got clean and sober, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And so it's just funny. It's out of nowhere, you know. Then it starts the thought process, and you're like, "What the hell?"
Yep. No, knowing that you're overreactive early in recovery. If say this is the fourth time you relapse, just went through the whole thing again. Now you're trying it again. You know, look back. You know, yeah, don't live in the past, your mistakes, but look back and what did I do wrong? And a lot of times we overreact to situations in early recovery because we're not sedated anymore. We're not high. Our escape mechanism, our function mechanism now is not there. Now it's us, and we don't know us really if you're early in sobriety. So it's that cotton batting with that whole thing and out of your ears, whatever. Shut the hell up and just listen. There's guys out there. You'll find the Jimmy Leibels and the Will Douglases and the guys out there who will help you when things arise. Help you deal with stress and anxiety. It's how do you do it? It's important, and then you think like, what is it why am I defective? Why do I just have this natural fear as a default? It feels weak to admit fear, but guys, like, I think it's important to admit what we're fearful of and acknowledge it so we can navigate it. What about fear, guys? What do you think?
No, it's so primal. It's a basic human instinct. It's like, okay, where's my next meal coming from? Well, where am I gonna, like, or is something gonna eat me? Like, we're going back to cave. Like, we're basically cave. We haven't evolved. We like technologically, yes, and all this shit, but it's just dealing with all these raw emotions, like fear, like false evidence appearing real, or fuck everything and run.
There it is.
Right. And it's how you deal with it. It kind of ties in with the anxiety. I was tasked with this. We're having this big competition at work, and I had to do this big PowerPoint presentation, and I was just stressing my ass over it. And I just looked at it, and okay, I thought about it last night, and I knocked it out of the park, and I'm going to do my presentation tomorrow, but I just took it one step at a time. Like, how can I... Okay, this is what they're asking. Okay, here's my response, and just took my time, and it worked out pretty good. But I look back 4 years ago, or even 6 months ago, I'd be like, I can't be doing this shit. I'm like, no, and I was sober, and I'm in recovery, but it's all these new tasks, and then tomorrow I got to do all this new paperwork. My boss is out of town, and I'm gonna ask people to help me. I'm not gonna stumble through it and get all frustrated, full of anxiety and fear. I'm just gonna ask for help, right?
Boy,
and resentment.
Yeah,
you get resentment from it too.
Explain that well.
Yeah.
You get a resentment from it? What do you mean?
No, what I'm saying is like, if you don't ask for help and then you sit there and like struggle through it, and then you screw up on it, then you're gonna have resentment toward people that didn't come and help you without you having that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big mind.
Right. I get it.
You know.
Yeah.
Real quick, look at my look at the scoreboard behind me. There's Will's. There's Jimmy's. There's his Canadian flag.
The music's back on.
I know. I put it on. It's supposed to be on. I'm full
Okay.
screen, and I'm showing you a scoreboard. Anyway, look at. I did this because I like you guys. Anyway, all right. Back to what we're talking about. Well, I
Squirrel. There we go.
anxiety. So knowing your signs, fear is a big thing. F everything and run. Fight or flight, and that's a fear-based emotion. I think you fight or flight. I'm afraid of something, so I'm going to run, or I'm going to stand up for myself. It's knowing those signs, knowing yourself, and we learn ourselves as we go along this life journey. Jim, who sings this song?
I would say 3-man electrical band.
That's a good guess.
Who was it?
Guess. Wrong. Will.
Well, it sounds like Kid Rock. Sorry,
Will,
I'm not well.
Will, did you say Tesla? Very good. You just got a point.
Thunder off.
Yeah, Willie. Yes, this is
As in, like, Elon
Man.
Musk Tesla?
It's the band. So here's a fun story. This was recorded at the Electric Factory in Philly in '97, and I was at that show. And you hear this version everywhere, and I'm like, holy shit, I was there. So yeah.
But who was the original? Who sang the original song?
I think it was 5-Man Electrical Band.
Let
it
me
wasn't.
just Google this.
Hold on.
Google this shit.
I'm already ahead of
Grab
you.
my other phone.
5-Man Electrical Band. Don't bother. It's done. Yes.
So I was close. So I did get it.
Yeah, you got it. Close. Yeah, I was asking who sang this version.
Potato. Well, no, you didn't.
Okay, who sings this version of the Who Gives a Shit? Tesla. Not. I don't really know much of Tesla other than that song. And then and when I was looking for songs about signs, of course you have
Britney Spears? No.
No, Ace of Base. God,
Who?
Ace of Base.
Oh, whatever.
Where were you in the '90s?
Working and
yeah, me too. Drinking.
Oh hell yeah.
So. Fear and anger. I know for me, like if I start getting angry at things like little things that I wouldn't usually get angry at, I'm usually in that headspace of relapse. And then you can be totally fine, or you think you are, in recovery, and all of a sudden you lash out or you're reactive in a way. How do we deal with that in early recovery, boys?
You just gotta stop, and it's really easy to say these things. Well, you just stop and pause. But when you are full of anger, you just want to push somebody's head through the frickin' wall.
So sad.
And you just. But what's that going to get you? Well, besides arrested, you're just going to stop and pause and think. And yeah, there's going to be. And one of the biggest things is stress. Everybody, you need stress in your life. That's what gets you out of bed.
Yep.
But it's how you handle it.
Sure.
And our body reacts to stress in in certain ways, like it'll release endorphins and all this, like all these things. Excuse my French. I need more Benylin. Or I'm almost out of NyQuil.
Yeah,
NyQuil. Need some more.
I'm totally right.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So anger's a big thing. And like for me, I'm a hothead, so I'm way better than I was. But I grew up playing hockey, and like that was what you did. It was a good thing to be angry and hurt people. So I learned things the wrong way. All right, since we're here, real quick, let's go around 2 positives and 1 grateful. I like to go around with our boys and just check in with them, see where they're at. We like to give 2 things that are positive that happened this week and 1 thing we're grateful for. So I'll start us off. 2 positives. I'm alive. I sleep in a comfortable bed, and I'm grateful that I sleep in a comfortable bed. So that's me. 2 positives, 1 grateful. And sometimes it's a moment,
but that's okay.
Yeah, sometimes it's gotta be gotta be simple stuff, So Jimmy, what 2 positives, 1 grateful? Go.
2 pause. Great. Well, like I say, I had all the stress at work, and you know what? It turned out to be awesome. It really did. I just got an email from my boss. Well, you can add this. Well, I already did it. What he's asking me to do. Like, I got all my ducks in line. I took the time, and while I'm looking at my emails, I made 2 sales. I'm like, holy crap! And usually at this time, I've only been there 3 months. They say it takes 6 months. So I'm way ahead of so I'm proud of myself, and I'm not let it go to my head. I'm like, hey, I'm happy for my clients. I'm happy for the team. Oh yeah, and me too. I don't put myself first anymore. And what am I grateful for? I'm just grateful for that I could come home and do this, and hopefully we can have some interaction with some of the recovery groups. And
moment. Yep, just a moment. We're gonna have a destination recovery. All right, Mike, you got you, buddy. Jim, your ducks are on my scoreboard. Look at the ducks.
My ducks are in a line.
Like Nintendo, like duck killing.
Yeah, right. Duck hunt. I have. Duck. So
how'd you learn how to shoot?
Yeah, I don't know.
7-Eleven.
All right, so let's go through a few more of these while I set up our.
How about Will? Aren't you gonna ask Will what he's grateful for?
I am. Oh yeah, I am. Thank you, Will. Will,
yeah, right.
Willie, 2 positives, and I should listen. I should not be in charge of all this. Will, 2 positives and 1 grateful.
Positive is that I am like over my sickness or whatever. That like, man, that shit that wore, I mean, that took me out. But anyhow, and then of course after I got over that, like just the ill part, not the like my body was kind of acting crazy. But then like then my tooth was hurt like I mean like excruciating for a week. But anyhow, I got that taken care of, which was like a big relief because I mean like I have a high pain tolerance, but like a
I do not.
toothache is like
Oh,
man that shit'll. I mean like it affects so much of your body. And then grateful is I'm grateful that it's like I've slowed down a little bit. You know, slowed down enough to smell the roses. You know,
yeah.
like
Well,
I
that's
mean like I needed to
good.
slow down for a second.
I mean, it was fun watching you take on the world, but yeah, you gotta stop and smell the roses or watch
Yeah,
Netflix or whatever. Self care is a big thing,
come on.
and that's how you deal with these things, these signs. All right, too positive and grateful. Thanks, guys. Just wanted to
What's yours?
get that in.
Yeah,
I
what's
already
your, he already
already
did. He
said
was,
mine.
but
No,
he
what?
doubled up. He
Two
doubled down.
positives. I'll give you new ones. Two
Yeah.
positives. Uh, One, I love my friends. I love my scoreboard artwork. I'm falling in love with this thing behind me.
How about
It's like
Emma and Grace?
it's like, or do I have kids? And yes, that was my next one. My girls. I was talking to Emma yesterday, and she's just a great person. Like I'm so proud of my girls. So that is that's two positives, both my girls, and that's what I'm grateful for. Is them because like I'm talking to her, and she's got such discernment in life, and she's got all the good qualities of Tim and not the bad qualities of Tim. And it seems
Mhm.
like she's learning from my mistakes. So, yeah, very grateful. I'm separated from my kids a little bit, but I am. I'm grateful for them. And how about sadness? Do you guys ever? I mean, you don't want to say, "Oh, I'm sad. Oh, poor me."
For
But like, yeah,
me.
like sad is grief. Like, what do we do when that stuff happens?
Well, just deal. Like, it's those stages of it. Yeah, you are grieving because hey, your life, that old lifestyle, it's gone, and
Yeah,
hopefully for the rest of your life while you're in recovery. And people are like, oh my god, life is going to be so boring when I'm going to be sober and clean. No, you know what? It is. I have so much more. I have way more fun. I'm way more responsible, but I'm still a crazy as shit.
absolutely.
And my kids, like especially Annie when younger, she goes when I walk into her store and she's like, "Daddy!" I'm like, oh, these guys walking. I'm like, "Hey, butthead!" And just
Yeah, yeah,
Are they like,
yeah,
why
and
is she
like,
calling him daddy?
yeah, right.
hello, Daddy.
Here's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
sign.
And you were relating about with your daughters. You know what? I look at my daughters now, and it's like coming up to 4 years for me, and the way they approach their demeanor has and I think my recovery and me finally pulling my head out of my ass has a lot to do with it. I'm not taking
Mhm.
taking full accept like it's not on me, but you know what?
Right.
They're proud of Dad, and my eldest always says, "Dad, I'm really proud of you." You know,
Yeah.
and I don't take that stuff lightly because that's
No,
huge. You
that
know,
means something. That's real life shit. That's stuff that they would not say to you 5, 6 years ago.
no, no,
Um,
no, no. I was the biggest
so,
asshole.
Rob is getting their people ready to ask questions. Yeah, we
Here
are
we
gonna
go.
go. We're gonna go over an hour. We're going late till the questions are over.
Overtime.
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 But let's real quick before we deviate. I want to look at guilt and shame real quick, and this is where people get very confused. You know, guilt is different than shame. They're two different things, but we get them mixed up. We don't know which is which sometimes. What's the difference between guilt and shame, guys?
Well,
Oh,
guilt is like you've okay. Well, you go ahead.
Well, how would you define it?
in my opinion, guilt is something that you did. You know, something that you probably maybe purposely or whatever, something that you did, something that you didn't, or you're responsible for.
Right.
Shame is like something that you were out of control. I mean, like it's something like you feel like it's about you, but it's like out of your control. You know what I mean? I guess I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's a good. Yeah.
It's a good
Jimmy,
try.
Jimmy, what? Jimmy, how about you? What's guilt and
Well, of
shame?
course, thank you, Google. Guilt is the feeling that you did something wrong, while shame
Mhm.
is feeling that you are wrong. Guilt focuses on a specific action or behavior that contradicts your values. So, like Will said, you've done something wrong, like break the law, whereas shame is a negative self judgment that makes you feel fundamentally flawed as a person. So,
So
yeah.
for me, uh, guilt is I've done wrong. Shame is I am bad, and you get those
You're a
two
bad
mixed
boy.
up. If you start to think I'm a piece of shit because I did drugs or whatever, and I'm always going to be that way, you're going to repeat it, and that's a blaring sign that if you're not identifying which is which, if you're starting to mix the two, um, that's a great way to start a relapse snowball for sure.
Mhm.
And that's it. I just wanted to address those. That's important. Let's read our just for today while I get
Jizzle my
our
nizzle.
as I
That
get our
sounds so wrong every
people.
time.
My daughter is FaceTiming me.
My daughter was just
Uh,
calling me. See,
I don't
that's the
know
thing.
if I just
And
interrupted the show. Hi,
yeah.
Emma. Hold on. Let's see. Let's get her on here. Hi,
Yeah,
Em.
put her on.
Say
Hola.
hi.
Ah, Emma!
I
What's
have
up?
the audio
Hello.
down. Hold on.
Hello, darling.
You're in wigs. We see that. Very pretty.
Cool.
So as I'm talking about my daughter, she calls. She's in a blue wig. Gorgeous.
That better be a wig.
And
That better.
who's your friend there? Hi, Jordana. I knew it was. I was just asking. Open-ended question. All right, I gotta go because I'm doing a podcast with like a fucking 100 people watching.
Hey,
Bye.
don't swear in front of your daughter.
Oh, I
Jeez,
just swear
you
in front of my
dick.
kids. God damn it!
You
I do it to
dick.
make them think I'm cool, which I'm not.
Do you swear in front of your mother?
No.
Yeah, because
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah,
your mother would stick. Yeah, it'd be hard
wouldn't
pulling
love it.
her shoe out of your ass.
It's true. Yeah, it would be. She
Mhm.
FaceTimes me while I'm doing the podcast.
That's okay. That's
What an
okay. I got to
ass.
call my daughter after. She just called me. It's okay.
The timer above me is right. We still have 7 minutes left, and we are going
Yes, we
to
do.
we are
Let's
going
bring those
to
people on. Too
do
bad we can't
some
do it
questions
live.
here. So
Okay.
well, I'm
gotta
doing it
work on
live. I'm setting it up. I think it's going to
Well, I
work.
mean,
So
like we could actually see the person who's asking the
Be
question.
hippo.
can't do that. That's HIPAA. I that was the first idea I had. I said to him, and he's like, we can't do that HIPAA. I was
Oh,
like,
anonymity. Yes, I got it.
Hippo.
so it's all good.
Not.
So let's get ready for just
Take the
for
cheese out of your ears.
today.
Come on,
Right?
well, come
Oh
on,
my.
well, whizzle my dizzle.
All right. Just for today, while I get things ready. There's the graphic. Okay. Pull it up
Can you turn
here.
the further?
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. We're not there yet. All right. Just for today, Ghostbusters going down.
Just for today, we did not choose to become addicts.
No, we
Choices.
don't.
When we were growing up, all of us had dreams. Every child has heard a relative or a neighbor ask, "What do you want to do what do you want to be when you grow up?"
Still
Even
trying
if
to
some
find
of
it
us
out.
didn't have elaborate dreams of success, most of us dreamed of work, families, and a future of dignity and respect. But no one asked, "Do you want to be a drug addict when you grow up?" We didn't choose to become addicts. We cannot choose to stop being addicts. We have the disease of addiction. Excuse me. We are not responsible for having it, but we are responsible for our recovery. Having learned that we are sick people, that there is a way of recovery. We can move away from blaming circumstances or ourselves and into living the solution. We did not choose addiction, but we can choose recovery. Today, I choose recovered is
Just for today, I choose recovery. Never mind. So yeah, Jim, what does this mean to you? Choices just for today.
Choices. Well, you got the choices. Well, good or bad. And there's always going to be a good outcome or a bad outcome. That's your choice, and you have to think it through. It's like, okay, putting your hand on the stove. Am I going to get burnt? Do I want that? No. But when you're in active addiction, it's like it's going to be no. It's going to be different. I'm not going to burn my hand. I'm not going to hold it down as long. But you have to think of what is going to be the final outcome and the consequences. How's it not only going to affect me? How's it going to affect everybody else around me? Right?
Yeah. All right, I have other people. Yeah, really thinking of other people. Will, real quick, choices. How's that hit you? You didn't want to be a drug addict when you woke up, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know about that. I'm joking. No, choices for me. I mean, like that's probably that quote that I heard like kind of hits kind of deep, is because like the one that I said, like, you know what, you don't change, you choose, you know. But I mean, it's kind of funny when you tell somebody for the like, oh, you had a choice, and like, no, because you truly believe that you didn't have a choice in what you did. But no, you had a choice, but your choice, I mean, like, if you didn't choose that way, then you would have, you know, something else would have happened. I mean, choices have consequences, and that's what, you know, when people learn that, then they learn what a choice really is.
Yeah. And another thing, kind of like, it's kind of sidebar. People will say, it's you choose to drink, you choose to use drugs. No, you don't. You have a freaking disease, right?
Yeah.
And that's the part that really gets my gander up. It's like they say to somebody, well, you chose to have diabetes. No, you didn't. We have the disease of addiction. Plain and simple. Full stop. Seek treatment, talk to people, and life will get way better. It really
Yep.
will.
All right, so we have Destiny. I'm sorry. Who? Where are you guys from, Robbie?
Yeah, where are you guys
Oh yeah.
from?
Okay. All right, let me get the thing up
Can
there.
you
All right,
turn the
we
music
have
down?
yes, yep, sure can. Let me get
Hello.
this.
Sorry.
Music should be off. I
Yes,
don't
it
know if it
is.
is or
It
not. All
is.
right,
No.
very good. All right,
Thank
so
you. Thank you.
we are in. Let's see here. We are Destination Recovery.
Destination.
The tech Rob has some questions lined up for us. Took us a minute. So sorry if we had to go over. The first question. Let's see.
Where is destination
Here.
located, Tim?
Hold on. Let me see. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I
Hmm.
think you're in California. I think it's still
So
daytime there.
Let me Google it.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere. So anyway, the first question is for Jim.
Oh, hello.
So here it is. It's on the screen now. It says, Jim, was there a moment you realized your kids truly forgave you? My wife and kids won't speak to me, and I'm praying God puts them back in my life. That's Alan
Oh, that's a great question, Alan. And you know what? A lot of people. Okay, so I guess the first question was when I realized my kids truly forgave me. I would say that first year birthday when I was at my meeting and they gave me a cake and my kids just looked at me and they just said, "Dad, we're so proud of you." And I look back in the rearview mirrors and remembering all the shit I had put them through and totally, total crap, and I can't change it. I can't
from.
change it. And like having your wife and your kids, you know what? You just gotta be patient. And I know that's really tough. When I was in early recovery, living in sober living, and I was on a meeting, and a guy calls me up, and he was kind of similar situation, and he is just flourishing. But I said to him, "Hey, if it works out, it works out. Sometimes things aren't meant to be. It's always a lesson. There's always that lesson, as Will said.
Yeah.
But just give it time. Work on yourself. Not doing it because of I want the goal of my kids and my wife to talk to me. I want to do this for Alan, for
Yeah.
myself. And it sounds selfish, but once you start putting yourself back together, and we're going to be broken toys for the rest of our lives. But once you realize, hey, I got to start working on myself, working on the inside. I've cleaned all the drugs out, or whatever the hell it was, my drug of no choice. But now I got to work on rewiring the brain, and people will see a change in you.
Yeah.
And you just have to be really patient. And when we were in active addiction, we got that instant relief. And that was the solution. And with recovery, yeah, it's painstaking.
For
Sometimes
sure.
it could take a lifetime. And I know that sounds really disheartening, but you know, the people you're going to meet along the way will support you and they will say, "Hey, me too. I've been there too. I've been there too, Ellen." And yeah, it sucks. You want everybody to forgive you right away, and you want to just put your feet back under the table like nothing happened and there's no elephant in the room. But no, you got to make those amends and just move forward. So yeah, great question. Thank you, Ellen.
Great question. Michael, this is for Will. And guys, if you have questions, ask Jim or Will. You don't want to hear. I can't do it. I'm in the middle of. I'm emceeing the thing. This is Michael. It's for Will. Um, First off, this is a statement. This isn't from anybody. Will, you have a fan club here at the center. I don't know why they like you, but they do. Here's
Because
the
he's so
question
damn cute. He's
from
so damn
Michael.
cute.
It's Will. Do you think it's really a disease?
I mean, I was always brought up taught. I mean, that stuck in my. I mean, like my mom pounded that in my head
Mhm.
growing up. Yes, I do believe it's. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a disease. It's a disease that that I think that I don't. Yeah, it's a disease. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just like everybody has a different way of treating it, and when you
Uh huh.
figure that out, I mean, just like with everything else that you have, like, that it's a disease. There's some main ways to treat people. Everybody's different.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's a disease. But I mean, it's just getting it to people that are non-addicts to realize that.
Right.
Because you feel like you're justifying or making excuses or whatever. But yeah, I think it's a disease, and I mean, and I don't think there is any right way for treatment on it. It's
Right.
up to the
Mhm.
individual.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
And like
that's great.
it's yeah, it's great. Great way to put it. We worry about the non-addicts. Non-addicts like, well, you can't. What, you just gave yourself this disease. You voluntarily.
Hmm.
It's a disease of the mind. You like I said, you start to relapse before you relapse. You it's your thought process. It's these things that we have to have under control. I feel like I have mine somewhat under control. It took a lot of drastic measures, and there's still things today where like I know I have a point or I hit it, I need to just stop. And not knowing that before is where I tripped up. Another question for Will. Will, do you get social anxiety, or have you ever had it? And do you take medication?
I don't get social. I mean, like if I'm out in the wild, like if I'm around people, like I don't have. Like for me, no, I don't. Um, I get I do get anxiety, and it's all about shit in my head. It's just me personally, like, and I notice. And do I take medication? I do.
Mhm.
I have like ADD, ADHD, and all that stuff. But I think that I mean, like before I got clean and sober, went to rehab and everything. This past time, I was managing all my stuff by smoking weed.
Mhm.
Because I didn't want to put all the drugs in my body. Now that I'm on probation, I'm like, it's kind of like, do I want to? Because I mean, I take Adderall, I take Vyvanse, I take Ativan, but I'm not taking it like I was when I was on probation. I'm not taking it like faithfully, like I've been
Right.
weaning myself. I mean, like because I know now I have the option of going back, for weed, because I mean, like it's a lot. I mean, like my thing was you can be on probation and you can't smoke weed, but you could take all these legal narcotics,
Right.
which just
Right.
blows my mind because I
Right.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
back in my past, if I had done that, that was just a bridge until I got done, so I can go do what I really want to do.
Right.
But
Yep.
now, I mean, like now it's a different mindset. So I mean, yeah, I take those, but I have been winging myself off or like going lower and lower, or
Do you take them as they're prescribed?
I take them as prescribed, but I find myself like forgetting to
Oh,
as
that's fine as long as you're not like. Oh, so my point is you're
no, no,
not.
no. I don't take more. No, no, and I don't. And the funny thing is that my prescription. I had an old like what at Kroger. I had an old not an old, but like a refill, and it was a different number than what I am on now. And so
Mhm.
they refilled the less amount, and I didn't realize it. And like
Well,
the month is almost. I mean, like, so I was just like, but I didn't like before. That shit would have like drove. I mean, like, y'all owe me more. Y'all owe me more. Like, I would have sounded like a real J out there at
mhm.
Kroger. But I'm just like, okay, whatever. I mean, like I
Yep.
haven't needed it, so I
Yeah.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
of course
I mean,
I don't.
me personally, I gave my medication to my father, and he gives it to me, and I think I'd be fine. I have no desire to abuse my medication. My medication helps me so much. Um, and I take it by taking it the right way. So like I'm at a point in my life where like what's the point? Let's just have a decent day in, day out. Don't be high, don't be low. Just take this stuff. There's stuff out there, and I don't know where you're at in early recovery. If you're in a recovery center, you're going to see doctors. You're going to talk about your mental health. It's really important to know your mental health. And yet you can be on Adderall. You can be on Ativan or whatever. I don't suggest it early on in recovery, those kind of drugs, and they won't give them to you right off the bat. But they'll give you things like Strattera for ADHD. They'll give you gabapentin. They'll give you all these things that help because you burned away all these working parts of your brain that you get dopamine from and norepinephrine and all
Mm-hmm.
that. Now you need help. So like yeah, you'll get to a point where you're grateful for your medication. But listen to this one. I have relapsed in the parking lot of 3 different recovery centers on my own medication. I walk out the door with every intention on doing good. I get in the van, I get situated, I look down, I'm holding all my drugs that the nurses were giving out to me one by one now.
And
Now
he's hungry now.
I'm hungry. Ooh. So now
Nom, 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 nom.
Nom, 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 nom. So now all of a sudden I got a 45-minute van ride to a piece of shit sober living. And what happens if I take of everything? You're gonna feel something. So yeah, your own medication can be a hindrance or a help. So knowing your signs, knowing all right, I'm too early in recovery, I can't handle my own medication. I said that once when the fourth time I was leaving rehab. I said, listen, I relapsed in the van every 3 other times. I said, "What do we do?" There was nothing they could do for me.
They
They
set you up.
they couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't matter. I
Have
told
some of
them. Yep.
this.
I said when I walk out that door and you give me that bag of stuff, I'm going to take it all. And I told them this time, nothing they could do.
And you showed them, didn't you?
I didn't take
I'll
anything.
show you guys.
But
I'll
that
show
turned into the
you.
worst relapse of my life. So anyway, it's just be careful. You just got to know your limits. last question. Jim, this is going. Jim, this is for Jim. A 6-year-old man, widowed, widower. Jim, how do you feel about dating in early recovery?
He's
Oh
got the blue
hell,
pills.
yeah! Just take the blue pills. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course you're gonna meet your soulmate when you're at treatment. Definitely, you're gonna meet
Yeah.
your soulmate. There's always what do they say? Get a plant, get a pet, then get in a relationship. They always say a year. Wait
Yeah.
a full year, and nobody knows if it works because no one's tried it. You know,
Yeah.
a good friend of mine. You know, so that's a great question. You know what? Just take it slow,
Hmm.
because there's so many emotions come, all these emotions that are coming at you from all directions, and then you have a relationship that you got to deal with. It's tough going, especially if you're going to go back to an existing old relationship that when you are an active addiction. See, it's tread lightly, tread
Yeah.
very lightly. So,
Yep.
well, how do I feel about it? It's buyer beware, buyer
Yeah.
beware. You know, because I've
Listen.
seen people who, like, they find their soulmate when they're at treatment,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna just like, oh my god, I have no job, and you're perfect, you are perfect for me,
Yeah.
right? And then after a couple of weeks, and boom, you're back. You're back. You got a punch ticket. The headlights in the van beat you back to the recovery center. So
Yeah.
just be careful, you know. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying turn into a monk or a nun, but
Right.
just think about it, and talk to somebody, like if you have a sponsor or somebody that's in the program or someone that you trust. But yeah, just don't rush out of recovery onto a dating site, because there's
Yeah.
going to be people out there that will take advantage of you in
Well,
early
I'm good on
recovery.
dating sites, aren't I?
Oh, I
Oh
can
my
just well
god.
imagine.
Yep. All
Yeah,
right.
I used
Treasure
to make
card,
a
the official
profile
credit
on
card of
trash card. Yeah,
recovery. Yep. The earned reward points with the Treasure Card Cashback Program. Enjoy 6.9% APR with
just
no
oh, of
like
credit
course,
and
six
her.
point nine. Yes,
background check.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Um, Get cash out all geeked up at 4 a.m. at one of our convenient Waffle House locations. Waffle House. Waffle House.
Over easy.
Good food, fast and cooked.
Hmm.
Mostly, anyway. All right,
Yeah,
so that's Treasure Card and Waffle House.
there you
Bad
go.
joke. Anyway, all right. How do you feel about dating early recovery? Yeah, that's a tricky one. A lot of people,
And people will
that,
think that that's going to solve all your problems.
right? You
It's
don't.
like, oh God, I have someone in my life, and now that because now I'm no longer using, I can codependency, and
Yeah.
you're so reliable on your recovery because of that other person, and you're just setting yourself up for disaster. So,
Codependency. Don't hear my advice, and it's just not just dating, but anything. Don't let anything become your recovery. I let a job become my recovery once. I worked in recovery. I thought that was enough. The job was enough to stay sober. I dated women way too early in recovery. She became my higher power, and that's a very
I'm
dangerous
sure she did.
so, that's a very dangerous position. You got to know your signs. But yeah, they have so many other questions. I don't know what to do. I keep going. I mean, you can turn the show off if you want. These people are sitting here asking questions, so I'm
Oh,
gonna try and
hey, yeah, keep going.
get through the next few of them.
Just turn the music off.
I
Yeah,
will.
turn the
Hold
damn
on.
music up.
All right, it's a show. All right, Jim and Will, how close were you to death? Near-death experiences. I just had one prior coming into treatment, and I'm changed. Okay, very right. I'll answer this. I'll start. Yeah, we're all close to death, and what point do we realize? All right, I don't want to be close to death. A near-death experience. I know I died a few times. I never had one of those. Other than the consequences of what I did when I was using. But near-death experiences are. Yeah, I guess if you have one, that's profound enough. Um, yeah, it can change you, and hopefully, but don't make that your recovery either. Again, a near death experience. Guys, how about you? Were you ever cut out of a car with the jaws of life or anything like that?
Well, you go first. Well, you go
Yeah,
first.
Oh, well,
he's got.
I've had a few. Let me tell you. I mean, like, I remember the first one. Like, the first. Oh, I had them prior. I mean, I've had. I mean, my drug of choice is GHB and meth, and
Yeah.
then like with the G, like you kind of go overboard and like really
Mm-hmm.
overboard, and
A bit.
But I mean, there was a few. I mean, I had them before, like where I didn't get taken to like the hospital, where
Right.
like I mean, like in the effects of it afterward. I mean, like that was one situation. Or I have woken up in the ICU after 3 days of being in there. But I mean, let me tell you, it opens your eyes. I mean, you have a different perspective. In my in my experience, like it opens your whole life to another. I mean, like you see things totally differently, and I mean, for me, it allowed me to believe that there are so many other ways than what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, it does make you heighten your senses to other things and people and just people's actions and actions. I mean, like it's a good, in my opinion, it's a shitty thing to happen, but it's also like one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me. Also, do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it was like the part of my spiritual awakening. You know?
There you go. That's what I'm talking about, Jimmy.
Oh, well, I got to that point where everything was just starting to shut down.
Yeah.
The liver was hard as a rock. I don't remember what numbers, but it was like my wife passed from alcoholism 12 years ago, and my doctor just said, "Hope you got everything, and hope you got everything arranged
Your
because you're
ducks
heading
lined
down."
up.
Well, make sure all your everything's set up because you're going to die. Unless you
Yeah.
change, you're going to die. And like I just kept, I got this, I got this, I got this, and I just took that kind of like that intervention from my kids, but it was the best thing that happened to me. And I remember like walking upstairs was a task. Like
Yeah.
walking downstairs, it would scare the shit out of me. Now I'm just like sprinting, but it's those little tiny baby steps. But yeah, near death experience is not fun. And yeah, it was that burning bush moment. Like, yeah, just realization like, hey, I've been given a second chance,
Yeah. Yep.
and sometimes we're not given that. And I've seen
Yep.
it so often. And with all the shit that's out there, like alcoholism is the slowest form of suicides out there. But if you're shooting up or you're doing Fenty and meth and all that, man, like your first time could be your last time. So you gotta be really
Absolutely.
careful. So
Absolutely.
I was very fortunate, and I don't tell people what to do. I just say, hey, this is what worked for me. And yeah, life can be better. And yeah, it's gonna suck a lot of the time, but you know what? It's so worth it. Just those little glimpses. Like just when the show was started, my eldest daughter, she was calling me. She knows the podcast's on, and I'll call her after. And before I would call usually in a drunken stupor. Now I cherish those moments, right? And she'll just tell me about her day and her dog and all that. But you know what? It's just those little things
Yeah.
that used to really piss me off. I'm like,
I
oh,
mean,
God, I
now
love them
you
now.
can be proud. You're a podcast host. Who would have ever guessed
Oh,
Jimmy
I never
Leibel
would.
would be
I
on
never
screen
would.
telling
No.
people,
Yeah, and
right?
just doing all of what I'm doing.
Right.
It is a miracle.
That's
It
a
really is. That's a
miracle.
miracle. I know we laugh about it, but it is. You are given a reprieve. You've been given that debt. Like the governor is called, and you are set free. So
Yep.
it's up to you. Now it's time to make
Governor.
those proper choices. Yeah, come on now.
If you want to be on the show, email Jimmy, Jim at
Yeah. Yes, please.
trash-podcast.com. He's
He's
our
lonely.
I
guy.
check it
Um,
all day. You don't
you
work.
think of like Sam and Noelle, like the near-death experience that they experienced. She experienced it from our side. She had a near-death experience when her husband had a near-death experience. She experienced his, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's these things. They're either gonna make you or they're gonna take you. And you don't get many tries. And if you're fortunate enough to be, I forget the guy's name, but how close were you to death? I just had a near-death experience. Um, I really hope that you wouldn't squander that and you'd use that as motivation to not do the things that led you to that point to begin with, which I think is great. I also had a near-death experience. I didn't see a white light, if that's what you're asking. But anybody in recovery, anybody in our positions, most of us have been close to death, and those of us that are grateful for recovery in our life are grateful for life because of that. And it's knowing your signs and navigating. If you go down a road that you've been down before and you've crashed because it's a dead end and it's a cliff, why would you go down that road again? And we do. How long does it take us to learn? The difference between shame and guilt and all that stuff. So there was one other question here. Jim and Will,
That's us.
what do you do first thing in the morning when you start your recovery day?
Well, you go first again.
Well, I mean, when I get up in the morning, so first thing in the morning, like I get up and then So like I'm a dog person, I'm not a cat person, whatever. But the cat from next door like adopted. A long story. I don't, like I'm not. But so like when it got really really cold outside, like I let the cat sleep inside because I felt bad. But anyhow, so now of course the cat sleeps inside, but she wants to go outside like at 6:30 in the morning. I'm like, dude, like come on. So like she'll start like me. I mean like
Luxury.
it's
Right?
irritating, but it's kind of nice. But so like I let her out, lay back down, then I get up like as soon as I mean early. I mean, it
Mhm.
fluctuates, but like I drink my coffee, I make my coffee, sit on my front porch, have my cigarettes, and just chill for a minute, and
Yeah.
get myself right, go through my day, and then yeah, I mean, it kind of bases on like that morning, me like just chilling there, drinking my coffee,
Yep.
smoking a cigarette, whatever.
Very. And
So that
sometimes it's the cigarettes. I know in early recovery, just waking up having that first cigarette was like the best thing of your day.
It's like,
Unfortunately.
or whatever, like I
Yeah.
let myself see, like I used to turn the news on. I first thing, turn the news on, but
You
like
see
that's just
that?
all like
I have.
I mean if you want to put yourself like in a negative mindset, I mean just like
Yeah.
it don't matter what station, so therefore I mean like if I go to my phone, then I mean I can kind of like see what I mean, I can listen to what I want to listen to or see what I want to see. So therefore, I mean, if it's happy, good, whatever,
Yeah.
then get myself like just the feeling of like, a feeling like when you watch a video or read something,
Yeah.
mm,
even though I mean it doesn't directly affect you, but it puts you in a better spirit.
Right. Right.
In
Me, I go
general.
to I go to Waffle House to start my
The
good
recovery
for
day.
you.
Just kidding. Yeah.
You got your new dating site is
I
Waffle
think
House.
yeah they have a new
He couldn't be so lucky.
right. Bumble. Yeah. It's just I think
Bumblebee
the
tuna.
I think where we're getting here is the rehab. All right, these guys are asking questions because they want to know what it looks like they're getting the point that you have to have a routine for in recovery. You need anybody needs a routine. It depends on what it is, but in recovery, a routine sometimes is just going through the motions to get you to the end. So yeah, it's important to have a set routine. Jimmy, what do you do when you start your recovery day?
Oh, when I start my recovery day, I'm always thankful, and
Change
I
your
don't have to,
diapers.
yes, I have my, call my nurse and have my diaper change. And just, it depends.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, it
It
does.
depends, but it's kind of like not, well, okay, actually, I send out like the daily reflection, the 24 hours to about 10 people. And like, they're all over, like not just in Regina, but they're in another province or in the States. And you know what? I don't expect anybody, and then my sponsor, and that's how I start my day. Then I take my little doggy out, and it's dark still, but I can still see the stars, and I just kind of reflect, like, "Hey, it's going to be a great day. I got to do this," and I kind of get my to do list all set up. And by the time I get back, coffee's ready, and I got that. And then I go on Facebook and I make some recovery posts, uh, just reply to emails. If anybody wants to send me an email, send it to Jim at
I
trash.
might push that.
Okay. And I check my emails every day, and nobody's sending me nothing. And just get ready for the day, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just like you say, Tim, it becomes a routine,
No.
and it's not, and it's like, wow, this is fun. This is
Yep.
really fun. Most people, like when you're in active addiction, it's like, man, you're boring. It's like, man, you can be smoking up and shooting up and having a great old time.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you'd be
Well,
dead. You
we
know.
we we did that stuff to have fun, to get out of
Oh,
our. At some point, it was fun and it felt good.
but my routine used to be, I would race downstairs, pull on a step ladder, reach up into the rafters, grab what was left of my 66 Avonic, down it, run upstairs, brush my teeth, drive my girlfriend to work, and then wait patiently outside the liquor board until it opened. And that would just be my life. It's
Liquor
so much.
board.
It's, yeah. Well, okay, that's what we call it up here,
I
man.
don't know what that. I don't know what that is.
It was government run. Anyway, but that was
Uh,
my routine because that's all I knew.
yeah.
That's what my disease convinced me that I had to do to feel good. And
Right.
now it's like, why the hell was I doing that? Oh yeah, that's right. I have this disease of alcoholism, of addiction,
Yep.
and that's what it did. I had no, yeah, I did not have control over it because I didn't get it out of my system. I didn't get educated. I didn't find people that I could relate to. And now I
Right.
do. And you know what?
Yeah.
It didn't happen overnight, but man, is it fun?
You may be sitting next to someone who's going to save your life one day. You may be sitting next to your best friend right now.
Hmm.
Um, friendships in recovery are they're super important to me. And I to have for me to have friends mean they know my quirks and they're okay with it, and to find your people that are positive in your life. Hold on to those people. You may be sitting right next to them. So what a privilege to be in these places tonight.
No, thank you guys. It is. It
Yeah,
is. It really is a privilege because you know what? You guys are a starting point that could change. Whether you have the opportunity, it's up to you. No one's going to hold a gun to your head. Those triggers will be out there, but you've got the education. Run with it, and just go with it. You know what? It's going to be a great journey.
Yep. So we're going to continue to navigate early recovery the rest of the month with different things.
Alrighty.
Relapse prevention is huge, and it's just sometimes it's just going through the motions. But you have to have that set up. You have to have that framework in place to catch you if you're going to slip back. And we're all going to slip back at some point. We're all going to have bad days. It's important to do what you're doing right now in treatment, asking questions. I guarantee you there's 10 people in the back of the room doing nothing, and that's okay. This area, this whole recovery landscape, podcasts, emails, it's very I'll take what I need and leave it. That's why we keep our friends really close. But it's Alcoholics Anonymous, it's all that stuff. But we're not anything. We're not AA, we're not NA, we're not church. We're three people doing three different things. The thing we have in common is that all three of us are sober today, and we're all going to try to stay sober, and doing this is part of it. So let's go around the horn and give everybody a little bit of
Ooh, scary.
What do you have to say to our peoples?
Well, you go first again.
Wait, I didn't even hear what the question was.
Just leave our people with something smart.
Something wise.
What do you got?
Oh my goodness! Oh, come back to me. Give me a second.
Yeah, baby.
I guess that takes it to me. Just keep coming back, kids. Be patient with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. You are a good person. You've been dragged through the mud, and you know what? Just start working on yourself. And it has to be about, you have to do it for yourself. And it sounds egotistical, but you deserve it. You deserve recovery. You deserve sobriety. So just run with it. Run with it.
You're gonna have to navigate some tough stuff with people and things that you've done, but sobriety is the only way to fix it. And we all want it fixed. Will, what do you have to leave our people?
So my thing, when you're first in recovery, I think it's absolutely great to be selfish. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like for yourself. I mean, like, the whole entire service work and all that. That's like, but I mean, when you first get in recovery, like, I mean, you got to make decisions for yourself. So you're allowed to be selfish. You got to think about yourself, nobody else.
And we're always like, we're doing was thinking about ourselves when we're using. So you kind of hold yourself accountable. Like, all right, I can't treat myself to these things. I don't deserve these things. If you're in recovery and you're fighting, you deserve it all. And don't worry about what other people think. So, but we're all here for you. And the majority of us are forgiving, and we love each other, and we do the best we can. So we are Talking Trash. We do the best we can. If you need us, give us an email. The website is above my head right there, trash-podcast.com, or email Jimmy, and Guilt and Shame will help you navigate that and figure out some early recovery stuff. And we're going to leave it. Will, did you think I was going to leave you out? I had something for you.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that thing on the internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, get in there, talk about www.com, and you got them naked chicks on there, man. You go click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
Was there ever a time you, like, lived in the past? Like, just regret?
I don't regret things, but, I mean, do I wish I may have done things differently? Maybe, but then that wouldn't be as exciting for me, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, but I was thinking about this though, like you were saying, fear of success. I'm sorry. My thing is, whenever I get successful to a certain successful point, then guess what? I have more expectations out of me by more people, and I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're a mess. Willie D in the place to be. I love you very much. You're one of my best friends. We're No, we connect. We're all friends on the outside. So, you know, who let the dogs out? Was it me? Wait, was it you? Somebody let him out. So we're gonna figure this whole thing out. God damn it, Jim.
It's my hot body. I'll do what I want.
Love you.
Oh, would you look at this?
All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you on.
You stay classy, San Diego.